What's causing? Hair calls. They set 2 lurchers. They're dogs, before you ask. On a hare. And a hare has to outrun the dogs.
So what if it doesn't?
Well, the big rabbit gets fucked, doesn't it?
Proper fucked.
Yeah, Tommy.
Tyler Yelk's phone was turned off that night, but we wondered that, perhaps from his smartwatch, Idaho State Police were able to work with the FBI to extract his GPS location data, placing him at the 1122 King Roadhouse as stated in the ISP report. Whilst the family did used to live at the end of Indian Hills Drive, on a new housing complex, and by the way, incidentally opposite the road to our boy, Justin Todd Stringer, the Yelks were quick to move back to New Jersey after the crimes occurred. We're taking a chance at filing Freedom of Information requests directly with the FBI, bypassing local authorities to uncover the truth. For now, Elyce and Tyler Yelk have once again evaded our truth-sniffing dogs.
Hey peeps, let's check on a few developments in the closed Cobberger case. Court documents previously redacted are now being re-uploaded without black boxes. The judge plans to release everything unredacted over the next year, including people's names and investigative details. Listen to what Olivia had to say on this.
I want to get the information as fast as I can. The day that the gag order was lifted, we asked if we could have everything that we could have up front so that we could go through it on our own time, so that we could have time to process that. So yeah, I mean, we're on pins and needles just like everyone else, waiting for that next, drop of information.
If the right person was convicted, why would unredacted court documents cause nervousness?
Kaylee was probably the one you knew the best. Is that fair to say? Because you're an AFI, she was an AFI.
It's a toss-up. I became so close with Xana. She was my rock, and that's how I became so close with Emily. So, I mean, I loved everybody in each different way, but yes, Kaylee was my sorority sister. I did live with her in the sorority house for 2 years, so we did get to know each other on a different level.
Wait, so where did Kaylee actually live? Very recently, her mom Christy said on Facebook as a response to someone that Kaylee only lived in Moscow during college or back home in Rathdrum. But here's the twist. In an older interview, Christy mentioned Kaylee lived alone in a flat. However, there is no record of Kaylee living in a flat in Moscow.
But then once we moved out into our own apartments, I lived across the street from Xana, so I kind of gained a different relationship with Xana because I was over there 24 hours of the day. I would go over there in the morning and come home at night. So at times I felt like I was an honorary Pi-Fi, an honorary roommate who was always over at Xana's house. So
I'm friends with Xana for a long time. Maddie, I could be acquaintances with. I didn't really know her that well. I just saw her at her house every once in a while. I would say hi and have conversations with her.
Okay.
But I didn't really know her super well like I knew Ethan and Xana.
Right.
And then Kylie, I didn't know really at all.
Okay.
We are fairly sure Kaylee was living in her family's old property in Coeur d'Alene. The house was split into 2 separate apartments, and Kaylee had been living in one of them throughout her early teenage years. Living so close to her family but with them kind of seems intentional. Was she pushed out or walking away knowing something? Was Kaylee become a problem for her dad?
So, what have we been up to lately? We've been filing Freedom of Information Act requests, but most of them either refused or completely ignored. That's why we're now taking things a step further, using the federal grand jury process to bypass the local authorities. Because honestly, the local level seems determined to control the narrative. Take the surveillance videos, for example. Instead of a few carefully edited clips, we asked for the entire night's footage. Then there's Elyce Yelk's parking permit to figure out what car she drove. One of her old colleagues at the university refused our request, so we pushed back. We've now FOIA'd every vehicle registered to her former department. Meanwhile, we did get some records for Kaylee. We've confirmed she was living alone at home in Coeur d'Alene. When we asked the city if any 911 calls were made while she lived there, they told us there were 39 in total. But here's the catch. They want extortionate handling fees to release them all. We can't justify paying that. So, we asked for whatever we could get for free. And guess what? They sent one call. Apparently, that's all that fits under their 2-hour free limit.
In 2018, Kaylee called 911 for hearing a gunshot outside. Why is a minor living alone and calling 911 for a gunshot? Who was trolling her, or let's be honest, harassing her? Then there was this account by her dad on News Nation.
One time in the past that somebody was pretending to break into my house, and Kaylee hid under her bed and called, 911 and was too scared to even talk. And then she called me at work, and I prepared her to jump out that window because I didn't know that it was a practical joke.
Again, who was harassing her? Then there was this statement by Dylan to Idaho State Police. Again, who was this person screaming outside of her room? Was the firecracker Bethany heard actually meant for Kaylee? Who would have access to something that could cause a bang? Are we dealing with a disgruntled wife intent interrupting her husband's activities?
Next time on Translucent, we're digging into Justin's secret past, and trust me, there's more to this story than meets the eye. It turns out Justin's real name is Justin Todd Stringer. He was actually raised by his stepdad, Chance Thompson, and today he lives in Pullman under his mother's name, Corey Thompson. To keep law enforcement off his trail, Justin made a pretty clever move. He's been pretending to live with another Stringer family over in Colfax, and instead of using his middle name, Todd, he swapped it out for his stepdad's, Chance. You guys remember that mysterious tripod video Brett Payne alluded to? Well, we've been talking with our guy Nicholas Rabus out in Illinois, and get this, his cousin, Alex Beaver, might have been there. Alex could have actually recorded the aftermath, or even live-streamed the whole event. Apparently, he was with his cousins Reed and Ben Upmore that night. Now here's where it gets wild. Reed used to play football under Coach Tyler Yelk, but rumor has it he was doing some, favors for Yelk's wife.
Reboot, restart like magic.